Hi, everybody. We of Jerusalem Road are very pleased and honored to be among you once again to help support Voyager Lutheran Ministry, Camp Vermilion and Camp Hiawatha. In these days of what seems to be increasing social division, it is clear that we are in need, now more than ever, of Jesus' unifying love for one another.
Hey VLM friends, this is Pastor Peter Kowitz, and my boys are here too. This is Carter and Ansel, and we're really sad that we can't be at Bluegrass Festival with everybody because we can't be together. But camp still holds such an important place in our lives.
Greeting from Madagascar. I am Narinj. I was a camp counselor at Hiawatha in Vermilion in 2016. And it's been 4 years now, but I still remember all the good things that I experienced there. What I can say about camp is that it is a very good program for everyone and for all kinds of people, for all ages. There are many activities, there are enough space for everyone at camp, and there are many good way and fun way to learn the Bible.
I've missed getting to do grovers and activities with the rest of the camp and spend some time outside doing games in the water or on the field. I've missed going to campfire at night to sing some songs with the rest of the cabins and just having a good time.
And I don't think there's a greater place to go for a young person to go in the summertime than to go spend a week or two at a camp, or maybe a whole summer, or later on in life, maybe go there and just work there. Camps just, to me personally, they changed my life. I met my wife at a camp, so that would change your life, especially if you come from another country.
I was a camp counselor, but for the first week during the training, I was like a camper, and I felt so good. I won't lie, I've never gone to another camp. In Hiawatha was my first camp, and I'm so grateful that I had it there.
Hi everyone, my name is John. I'm from London. I worked at camp from 2012 to 2015. When I got to camp in 2012, I was a nervous young lad who was wondering whether he was going to fit in and make friends, but very quickly those nerves disappeared, and I was welcomed into this giant family and amazing community that has supported me through some of the toughest times in my life, really. It quickly became my home away from home, a place that I love to be more than anywhere else in the world, and I've created some of my best friends at camp. 3 of my best men at my wedding over here were my friends from camp.
Hi, I'm Deontay, and I was a lifeguard at camp. We all really miss you guys at camp this summer, and I hope you guys are being safe and doing well. I'm really going to miss hanging out with you guys and playing games and getting to know you guys. I hope you guys will come back to camp next year, and I can't wait to see you.
I had the experience to meet new people, especially people from different countries, because in 2016 there were Australian people, South African people, and also, that's all I remember, but there were many people from different places, and even many people from different states. So I think that you will have the same opportunity if you go.
I'm missing all of the awesome counselors and all the friends we get to make at Vermilion when we go.
Yeah, Vermilion has been an important place for us over the years. I have loved work day, actually, because I think it's so neat when our congregations all get together and people are up there putting their time in, getting the place ready in the spring, doing all those projects, because it's a place that's so important for us and for our youth and for the development of faith. So keep up the good work. I hope that everybody supports VLM, and we're gathering online until we can gather in person again. God bless you all. Bye-bye.
As a counselor, it is also a good way to learn leadership, because you got to lead a group of campers.
Jerusalem Road is here today because we believe in the goals and the abilities of Camp Vermilion and Camp Hiawatha to utilize God's great outdoors to create the church members and church leaders of today and tomorrow, bringing the message and power of God's love to the world, now and into the future. Thank you for joining us to support this wonderful and critical ministry.
Hey everybody, and happy Bluegrass Festival from Minnetonka. My name is Tyler Mose Lepica, and I'm a former summer staff for VLM. And altogether, I was on staff for 6 summers, some of the best, most incredible summers, formative in faith and challenging in so many different ways. I know that when I say those words, that's I'm part of a legacy of a great cloud of witnesses that many of you have been a part of. And here's here's my daughter, my 1-year-old daughter, Solveig. Say hello. Say hello to everybody, Solveig. Wearing her pineapple dress today. She's a future camper. And we are so proud to support the legacy of camps like Camp Hiawatha and Camp Vermilion, some of our most favorite places in the world.
My favorite camp memory is being in the sauna at Camp Vermilion, you know, and running down the hill into the lake and lying on my back and looking up at the stars. That's my favorite memory of all time and my favorite thing
in the world.
To do.
My wife did not grow up going to camp at VLM, but she has fallen in love with that place too. It is especially a holy place for our family.
Camp, for me, it taught me how to see myself as God sees me. You know, it broke the fear of man over my life and allowed me to have this freedom in not caring what other people think, but just focusing on God.
Hi everyone, my name is Ricky. You already know me, some of you. You know me, I'm from Mexico, and thank you so much for giving me this opportunity and giving me the best experience of my life in the last summer. I mean, it was the best summer in my life, and it's gonna be the best summer.
You work, but you also have fun, because all the activities at camp are fun, and not only fun, but also a way for you to get a good lesson at the end of every game. Thank you for listening. I miss camp so bad.
Camp is incredible. You'll make some of the best friends in your life within a matter of 2 weeks. You'll laugh until it hurts. You'll create amazing memories, and you'll eat delicious food. You know, camp's incredible, and I would strongly recommend that if you get a chance, you make sure you go. You know, I can't wait to go back to camp and to visit all of my friends and to take part in that community again.
It's the best experience of your life. Imagine. You already know the experience, you already know some hiking and all the stuff, but the thing here is, the really good thing is that we always be together.
And all camps have the same kind of goal, and that is to make a unique experience for the people that come there and make them better citizens and better people. And I think that that's one of the great things that camps do. Lots of times, a camp is the first time that a young person is away from home. They go to camp and it's a little scary, but they meet all these great people there from different walks of life and from different countries. And typically the camp counselors are just like, you know, really enthusiastic and just some great people to meet and to learn from, somebody you can look up to. So to me, sending people to camp, young people to camp, and the experiences that they have there, either being out in nature or if they're from town, or being around a lot of people. If you're from a small community, you get to be around all these other people this all summer long, or for a week or 2 or whatever, how long you're there. Camp's just great for personal development, for helping people find out who they are as a person and how they are around other people. And of course, it's a lot of fun. So you get to do all these cool, fun things when you're there.
Hi, we're the Carlsons from Proctor, Minnesota. We're currently on vacation in Glacier National Park. I grew up going to Camp Vermilion, and this is what camp means to our family.
Hi, I'm Ariel. I went to camp every year growing up, and it's my favorite place in the world, and I cherish all my memories from there.
Hi, I'm Alana. I go to camp every summer. I'm going to miss seeing my camp friends this year, and I can't wait for next year.
I'm Austin, and I miss the food and the games.
Hi, I'm Sonia. Our older daughter Adriana's in Moorhead. She was going to be a counselor this summer that we all were looking forward to. I love camp and the peacefulness and all of the friendly faces. I love the kids coming home and singing camp songs all year long from all the information and good word that they've learned throughout the year. We look forward to our next time at camp and seeing you all. See you next year.
It's just a good thing to support for us as we get older in life and we can't be camp counselors, or we don't have time to be camp counselors anymore, whatever. Maybe we can support it in other ways by volunteering our time or by giving to the camps. So, yeah, keep this camp in mind and be generous.
Have a great Bluegrass Festival, and that's all for me. Thank you, and go visit me here in Mexico. Thank you so much. Goodbye.
My hopes when the time is right and it is safe for us to return, that we continue to be a beacon of hope in not only northeastern Minnesota, but for the world, that we send out leaders of faith, and that we continue to do our high adventure programs like the Boundary Waters, of which I'm an incredibly proud former canoe guide, that we continue to change and impact lives for the better, in the name of the grace of God. So thank you so much for your support of this incredible place, and peace to you.
Hi, my name is Andy Mork. I'm currently the board president for VLM, Voyageurs Lutheran Ministries. Right now, I'm out on Lake Vermilion with the kids, talking about why it's important to send kids to camp. I don't know if you knew this, but I worked at summer camps for 7 years of my life while I was in college and after college while I was teaching. I believe in Lutheran camps. I believe that they provide experiences for kids that are unique, that build faith, that build story, that build relationships with other people. I thank you for everything that you've done for our VLM auction tonight. I thank you for all that you're bidding and all that you're spending and all that you're giving to camp, whether it's tonight or whether it's been during the year. And I just pray, as you see my kids in the back there, that you would think about future generations of kids, that you would think about the kids who didn't get a camp experience this summer because of COVID, and that you'd think about what we can do to guarantee that they'll get to camp next summer. Camp is awesome. It's a great place to be. It's a great place to build relationships. It's a great place to experience wildlife and canoeing and counselors and just build relationships that can't be formed anywhere else. Thank you for all you've done. Please consider giving generously in this last bit of our auction tonight. Thank you so much. Andy Mork, Board President.
Well, thank you to all the families, staff, and alumni who continue to share their love for camp. Every year I am amazed at how many people come together and make camp happen at the Bluegrass Festival. And of course, one of those people who is integral to what we do, and it would not be an auction without an auctioneer. We have, hands down, one of the best that I have ever seen. Dan Meslowski has been our auctioneer for 8 years, I think now, and he's lifted up these amazing items, dodged pies, just missed buckets of ice cold water being dumped on him, braved the heat and the storms of the Northwoods, all to make sure that these camps have the support needed to make life-changing programs happen for our kids. I want to welcome back Dan Maslowski.
Thanks, Joel. I am so glad to be back. It is absolutely fantastic to be here. I do understand the situation, although I really am going to miss that trek into the camp and so forth. And I'm really going to miss all the smiling faces that I've gotten to know over the last 8 years. I tell you what a wonderful situation we have here today, because we are going to be helping try to raise as much money as we possibly can to help our camps out, to make sure that they're able to survive what is happening today. Now, I remember the first time that I was there, my first impression was this was a place where they filmed a movie. So I just loved it. And I got to stay overnight that night. And of course, we had a big thunderstorm that rolled through, and we had to get everything done and everything. But my memories of that first experience was listening to the service inside the old cafeteria. And all the stomping and everything that was going on, people were having a blast, even though it was thundering out. And that really left a lasting impression with me. And over the years, we have done so much and helped raise money for some wonderful things. So we've been able to raise for campership. We've been able to raise for the lodge. We've also been able to raise for some miscellaneous things to really help our young students that are at the camps do some wonderful things. Although we're not able to do a live event this year, we are going to have an absolutely fantastic virtual event.
You know, this whole thing started with just an opportunity to make some music, to support the camp, to get outside and kind of stir up the volunteers a little bit and the locals. But I think what's amazing is that it's also become not just one of our premier fundraisers for this mission, but it's become a way to celebrate all of those volunteers, those board members, those donors, those families, the campers, all of our neighbors that gather around the camps. It's become a celebration of the whole community, and it's been really great. This year, of course, like we've said, we're gathering right now online so we can gather again soon in that field and bring everyone together and make noise and stomp and have fun.
I loved how you brought up that I've been able to dodge all the water and jumping in the lake and the pies and convincing board members that it's okay to get a pie in their face, and watching them be scared to death with that pie coming at them. And for some reason, after 8 years, I've always missed out. But because I believe in so much of what we're doing here today, I'm going to let possibly, if we raise enough money, I'll let you throw a virtual pie at me at the end.
All right.
Well, right?
I will. I'll talk to my wife and we'll get our checkbook out. I want to see this. I want to see this happen, Dan. So let's get to work.
Yeah, I am a little afraid about it, though. Tell me how it's been the last couple months. I know that we've had some very interesting decisions and things like that. Tell me. I know that when you sat down and everything was going on, and you had to make a very, very difficult decision. Tell us a little bit about that process.
Yeah, I was actually, when this all really started happening, I was down visiting some donors down in Arizona. And so not only was I kind of watching what happened from afar, I felt very disconnected, and everything moves so fast, as everyone knows. When I got back in early April, our board met and made the decision to cancel our summer program, our canoe program, day camps, and retreats through the end of June. We started with the question, can we provide a safe space for kids this summer? And we went through a lot of different things. We looked at a lot of different resources, listened to our health professionals, et cetera, and we made the decision to cancel. Two things happened at that moment. One was we knew what lane we were in, and we could put all of our leadership and resources into making sure that we can navigate that lane. And that made a huge difference in how we are able to move forward through the last several months. The other thing was that we immediately started looking at how do we make sure that that the organization is ready when the kids can come back. And that, a lot goes into that. When we cut this program, we cut our budget from 1.2 million down to 600,000. And that's a huge hit for an organization like this.
Wow.
Our staff went into furlough. Our expenses were frozen. We did a lot. We met with our business leaders and our board and a lot of our colleagues around the country. Lutheran Outdoor Ministries, our national organization, gave a ton of support for us. And we were able to put some things in place that allowed us to make sure that we could get through this year and make sure that the camp is ready. We have some amazing board members. We have a wonderful new accountant, CPA, who started in February with the organization. Didn't have a long history with us, but he's a CPA at a big company down in the Twin Cities. And you know, sometimes God surrounds you with the resources and the people you need right before you know you need them. And boy, that's just one example of the many people that have helped guide us through this whole thing. The year-round staff that we have been doing some amazing work on limited time. And of course, one of the biggest hits that we took during this was not having a summer staff community. You know, these camps, Vermilion and Hiawatha, have had summer staff communities going back to the late 50s. And this is the first year that they weren't on site. And so that alone changed a lot for us. And we're still working with those people that we had already contracted, and we're still making sure that they are technically the summer staff of 2020, which will always have a unique story with them for sure. All of that, the people, the leadership that has surrounded this organization has been amazing this year. And you know, the challenge has been, to be honest, the resources and bringing in them to make sure that we've got people, that we've got the financial resources and the volunteers, et cetera. And so that's what we've been building and working with in all of our free time this year.
You know, one of the things that I always loved coming up there and talking with people was all the stories and the testimonials of the campers and families that have had generations of campers that have gone through. Talk about some of the things that our families and our campers are missing this summer.
When we made the decision, I started talking with some of our youth group kids at our church here in Duluth, and then as I've talked with youth directors, pastors, parents, and campers from around God's great North Woods, overwhelmingly what I'm hearing is don't try and give us camp in another way. Be ready for us when we get back, when we're ready to come back. You know, this whole COVID-19 pandemic tells us not to travel, not to get mixed groups from all over the place. Don't hang out in close quarters inside like a cabin. You know, don't hold hands around a campfire. Don't sing. Don't cook meals for each other. You know, all of these things. Don't gather around and support each other and meet new people and all of that. Everything that camp is, and what we do to build that faith community, everything we can't do right now. And so that's what they're missing. You know, I've got staff members texting me from Mexico saying, I just wish I could be there for the kids because I know they need camp. You know, so that's what they're missing, is that community, that opportunity to meet a new mentor who can help them wrestle with faith questions, help, you know, the first time the kid jumps off the raft and builds confidence and says, I did it. That's what we're missing this year. And all of that wrapped amongst the love of God has been, it's been difficult. We've been still trying to stay connected with families, but you can't replace that experience. All you can do is be ready for it when they need it.
Yeah, although we've been open for a very limited opportunity for some families and small groups, we really have not been able to offer the services that we normally do. And I know you had mentioned that, you know, we need to be ready for next year, right, and so forth. So explain how we get to next year.
Yeah, well, first of all, prayer. This is, it's hard to prepare when things change so dramatically, you know, whatever regulations are coming down the pipe or things that we decide to make sure that our people are safe. we need to be ready in a lot of different ways. But one of the things we're doing is we're putting together an 18-month plan. We know that next year probably will be a little bit adaptive as well. And so we're trying to make sure we've got some options for that. We are making sure that everything we're doing, whether it be our summer program, our retreats, our winter retreats, we have adapted. We've put together, of course, our COVID preparedness plan so that we can operate, that we've been working with the Department of Health to make sure that everything we do, whether it be putting together a meal or cleaning a cabin the right way, or communication with parents so that kids have the right health forms and things like that. All of that is being put into place, and of course we're relying on all of those people that surround us, the leaders and the resources that are there. And of course we're talking to parents. We're calling parents and we're calling churches and we're asking, what are you looking for? What are you comfortable with? Here's our plan. What do you think? Etc. And that takes a lot of time and people and phone calls and Zoom meetings and all of that kind of stuff. In the meantime, what that means is between now and when we can reopen, we are doing our absolute best to work on projects. We are fixing decks and painting buildings and building docks and fixing leaky canoes and all of these kinds of things, so that we can that we can take advantage of this opportunity and say, let's make sure we're ready.
Absolutely. Every bad situation sometimes has that silver lining, and let's say that will be our silver lining as we move forward. You've done a great job managing this, and I cannot imagine how many sleepless nights you've had trying to figure out how we're going to survive for the next 18 months. But thank you, Joel, for everything that you've done. And that's why we're here tonight. That is why we're here. The Bluegrass Festival has always been a gathering point, an opportunity to listen to some great music, and then also help provide for the camp. And tonight, we need your help. We need your help to come forward with any donation that you possibly can give us, whether it be $1, $5, $100, $1,000, or $10,000, or even more. This is your opportunity to make that donation. So at this time, all those that are watching, I would love to have you pick up your device, whether it be a computer, whether it be a phone, and make that donation now. So much that I am personally going to make a $100 donation myself, because I firmly believe everything that you guys are doing up there and the impact that you're putting on our young children as they continue to move up forward in life is so valuable. And we need to make sure that we have these type of opportunities for our children. So thank you so much for everything. So folks, if you could pick up those phones, make those donations, that would be absolutely fantastic. As we're making our donations, we're going to go into a song. Yeah. And this song is No Grass Limits, tells a story of staying together. And that's what we need to do, is stay together and get through our tough times. For now, enjoy Me and You by Chuck and Sandy Millar.
4.
Down on the farm early in the spring, holding your hand by the willow tree. Time just flies, do you feel it too? The leaves are coming in and everything is green. This might be the best Living our lives together, holding on to one another. There ain't no place I'd rather be. We'll reminisce about these bad times, and I'll be holding your hand in mine. A year from now, just you and me. But the winds did blow and the rains won't go, and the fields are filled with mud. And the windmill cries and we ask God, why will He help us through this flood? It's still home to me and you. But the winds did blow and the rains won't go, and the fields are filled with mud. And the rooster crows, God only knows how He helped us through this flood. It's still home. And the winds did blow and the rains did go, and the fields are filled with mud. And the windmill moans where we built our home. He helped us through this flood. It's still home to me and you. Just me and
Wow. I think about that song, how it's, really talking about all the hard times that all of us have had to endure the last 4 or 5 months, and probably for a couple more months as we continue to get through this. The gifts and support for our organization has absolutely been fantastic. Thank you so much. I've seen a $1,000 donation come in from board members. Thank you. We appreciate that. I've seen some $500 donations. I've seen some $250 donations. Your support is absolutely fantastic. The more that we can support Vermilion and Hiawatha, the camp, for the next whatever months it would be until we're able to open at full capacity is really why we're here. So continue with those donations. Also, if someone might not be here, a neighbor, a friend, someone, a colleague, let them know that they could be really valuable and leave a legacy at our camps. Their support would be absolutely fantastic also. So we need to make sure that you are out there driving the bus also on this. And then there's some foundations out there, and sometimes we're able to get in the door on some foundations, but not other doors. And if you're a part of a board, or if you know a foundation out there that is looking for really a wonderful cause, ask them to be involved with what we're doing here also. But Joel, we've got other things that we need to talk about, because we've got some great silent auction items, and we've got some great baskets, and I'm sure you're going to talk about the baskets here in a minute. But let's talk about some of these silent auction items.
Sure.
So what is your favorite silent auction item on the list today?
Remy and Kate, who were part of the movie that was done in 2014, they are such good friends of this camp now. And Remy is currently one of the cast members practicing right now for the Music Man on Broadway.
Oh, cool.
And my wife is a fanatic not only of Broadway shows and things like that, but Hugh Jackman is the star of the Music Man. He plays the Music Man. And so this package that they've put together about going out, having 2 tickets on Broadway, you get dinner in New York City, and you get 2 tickets to go see this. And if all the stars align, no pun intended, if all the stars align and the COVID restrictions allow and all of that kind of stuff, there's a good chance you'll get to go backstage and meet some of the cast members. And this is a really great thing. And not only that, but we partnered with a camp, one of our colleague camps out in New Jersey, which is about an hour away. And the director out there said, "I'll buy you dinner, so you don't even have to worry about that. I'll drive you in and out of New York City, so you don't have to worry about that. And you can get 2 nights stay at our lodge there in New Jersey." And so this is basically all you got to do is get yourself to the East Coast, and this is 2 days of Broadway wine and dine. It's a pretty neat thing, neat opportunity. And my wife said, that's what we need to call our friends and pool our resources, so you can send me for my birthday in April. So cool. That's a big one in our house.
Very cool. See, I have my son is a hockey player, and one of his best friends is going to UMD to play hockey for him this year. He's
excellent.
He's either going to be a first or second round draft pick in the National Hockey League, Wyatt Kaiser, and he is going to be playing for the UMD Bulldogs. So I am currently in on that item. So tell me a little bit about that item, so I know that what I'm getting, because I'm going to win that item.
Okay. Well, first of all, the assistant coach and recruiter, Adam Kraus, who is a good friend of ours, he came out to hockey camp last year, brought the Frozen Four back-to-back trophy out to the campers at Camp Hiawatha last year, and did some, just chatted with them, spent some time on the ice. He approached me and he said, "What can we do for the auction this year?" And so he put together a number of things. So there's one package of there's 2 sets of 2 tickets. So, but that's at Amsoil Arena, and it's good for either this season or next season. So you've got through 2022, depending on what the winds of COVID bring us. So Adam contacted some of the former UMD players who are playing in the NHL right now. And he reached out to Carson Soucy, who works he works hard too, plays for the Minnesota Wild. And so we have a Carson Soucy signed game stick right off the ice, signed by Carson, and that's an amazing gift. And then another stick came down from our friends to the north, from the Winnipeg Jets, and Neil Pionk signed that one. And so some great defensive men. And actually, I reached out to Adam, and he gave us a little bit of a background on this, and I wouldn't mind showing that to you.
Hey guys, Adam Kraus here, assistant coach for the UMD men's hockey team. Just wanted to talk about a couple auction items we were able to get for a great cause at the Voyagers Lutheran Ministry. We were able to get 2 game-used hockey sticks from the National Hockey League, one from the Minnesota Wild's Carson Soucy, and the other one from the Winnipeg Jets' Neil Pionk. Both played at UMD, were great defensemen here, and now we're great young defensemen in the National Hockey League. Both game-used sticks that were signed by both guys, so really want to say thank you to those guys. The next is 2 tickets to any UMD men's hockey regular season home game here at Amsoil. There's 2 of those 2-ticket packages, so we'd love to have you down here any time in the next 2 hockey seasons. We usually play some really great opponents and have a great environment, so we'd love to see you down here. The last one is the Camp Hiawatha hockey package that includes some UMD limited edition gear. One is an Under Armour pullover with the national championship logo, a UMD men's hockey hat, and a really great duffel bag from Under Armour. That includes a voucher to the Camp Hiawatha Hockey School. It's a great week at camp and some really great items in there.
UMD is really the team in the last 10 years for the NCAA tournament. I'm telling you what, they just play their best hockey. They're a fun team to watch. Good item there, folks. So take a look at that one. Although I'm bidding on it, I shouldn't be promoting it so much. I see Ludlow's is back with another exciting item.
Yeah, Ludlow's is always back. They are always so supportive of Camp Vermilion and Camp Hiawatha. Mark and Sally, they're running a 4th generation resort there on the lake. So this Ludlow's escape out to their island includes not only spending some time on Lake Vermilion, 3 days and 2 nights, but they give you a boat. You get to spend time. You have the opportunity to explore their island. There's tubing, there's fishing. You have your own little campfire pit, and you kind of you get to escape everything else. You get to find your own little space. They have a fishing guide that you can coordinate with on staff there, and then there's local places like going to Giants Ridge and golfing or things like that. It's a great opportunity, and Ludlow's support us every year. So
Once again, thank you, Ludlows, for everything that you've done for us for the last so many years. And really, thank you all our sponsors for everything that you've done for many, many years. You continue to provide the grace and the understanding and some financial support that we desperately need, especially this year. So thank you so much for all our donors and all of those that have given so much already. So thank you. Now we've got two cool items. We've kind of talked a little bit about hockey. Now let's get into baseball because it is opening weekend. It's hard to believe.
It's opening season, yeah.
That we're in July and it's opening baseball weekend.
Yeah.
But here are two very, I don't even want to say superstar, Hall of Fame. These are these are the best at their position.
Yeah, I think you could use the word legend.
Yeah, definitely. Nolan Ryan, the feared god up on the mound with that 99 to 101 mile fastball. And then we also have Kirby Puckett, probably the best, most feared baseball player really ever to play. Kirby Puckett, we've got 2 signed baseballs. So tell us a little bit about those 2 items.
Yeah, we have a good friend of the camp who used to work in the administrative offices down for the Texas Rangers. And so you might recall that last year we had a signed ball with all of the team members from the championship 1987 Minnesota Twins. And that we had a couple of people really going head to head and trying to get that ball and bring it home. And so she came back this year and she said, do you think people would be interested in these? And, working for the team, she had a lot of opportunity to connect with these players. And so we have a signed ball by Nolan Ryan, and we actually have a copy. It's a 50th anniversary Little League baseball card from when he was 12, along with that ball. So really a neat collectible for you to I would get it, but my son would have it out in the backyard in about 10 minutes. So I want to make sure it goes to a home that's going to keep it up on the wall. Kirby Puckett, of course, as a person from Minnesota working in Texas, when the Twins were down there, she was on the field and trying to connect with people. And so what a great way to hang on to these things and hang on to these collectibles and bring them out.
Very cool items. Very cool items this year, Joel. As every year, you have some very unique items, and this year you do have some very cool and unique items. Something for everybody, really, or something for someone for a Christmas gift. I always think about that, even though it's in July. These would be outstanding Christmas gifts. So a couple other items that you want to highlight as we move forward here?
Yeah, well, I want to talk about this fishing trip to Voyageurs National Park. We've got Andy Arola, who used to be on staff. He was our site director, property manager up at Camp Vermilion. Some might recognize him with the big beard, and he helped guide us through the big project of building Voyager Lodge. Well, he's now a fishing guide and works at Ray's Sporting Goods in Ray's Marine in Grand Rapids. And he's partnering with Mike Olson, our former board president, and current vice president of the board, and the two of them both were on staff together back in about 2007 and 8, and they are going to be basically put you on their boats and take you up to the border lakes in Voyager National Park and do a couple of days out fishing. All the equipment, all the food, all the permits, everything is taken care of. And they are going to be your guides on their big fishing boats, and you're going to have a wonderful time up there with them. And I've got a little video from Andy that we can't do this without a little snippet from Andy. So I'd like to share that real quick.
Hey everybody, Andy Arola here. I was told that somebody, i.e. Mike Olson, signed me up to lead a fishing trip into Voyageurs National Park next summer. I think that is a fantastic idea. I am so pumped. We're going to get up in the park. We're going to do some fishing. We're going to do some camping. We're going to do some cruising with my Mercury, my Dakota. We're gonna have a grand old time. So get on that prize, and you go fishing with me and Michael. It's gonna be fun! Woo! Bit.
Wow, just another example of individuals that either have been a camp counselor or worked at the camp that want to continue to give back because they see the benefit of everything that happens on a summerly basis for our camp. So thank you so much, Andy, for everything you've done. Love that beard. It's one of the best. So thank you. Thank you for everything that you've done for us for many, many years. As we continue to go through our giving moment, I see we've got some people that continue to give from the heart, and I appreciate that. Whether it be that $100 or $500 or $1,000, just know that every dollar continues to matter. And we still have a few minutes left for you to make that donation. And then also, once again, you know, you are the fingers of our organization, our group. So if you know of neighbors, tell them that we really need their help, especially to get through for the next 18 months. So thank you so much for being here tonight. We appreciate it. All right, Joel, we've got a lot of silent auctions. We've got the raffle coming up, which is always a pretty big highlight. Any final words before I see where we're at and see if I'm going to get pied or not? I'm a little nervous if you haven't noticed.
Well, I will just to make sure that we cross that threshold. We can't miss the fact that these church basket raffles, church baskets are there for us to explore. Each year, this idea came up several years ago where we were trying to figure out how to kind of get the churches involved a little bit. And the initial goal was about $50 value per basket. And you know, and of course the first couple that came in were you know, they of course immediately exceeded $50, and of course every dollar that's raised from each church is tallied up, and if your church brings in the most money for the camps, your church wins a free retreat at one of the camps. And so this has not only become a little bit bigger than we thought, but it has become competitive. And so there are churches that are, you know, getting online and challenging each other. And, you know, and if you notice a couple years ago, there were churches on the microphone kind of saying, you know, pick ours before you pick theirs kind of stuff. Some good friendly banter back and forth. But we have some great ones. And of course, everybody's kind of looking at COVID and saying, what can people do? And how do we keep people busy and happy and connected to camp, et cetera. So there are some wonderful baskets down there, and so you buy your tickets, you put it in the virtual fishbowl, and we draw your name out. And obviously, the more tickets you buy, the better chance you get. So that's a fun option as well. And then lastly, and I just saw this because I didn't know if we were going to get this in time. The VLM face mask is on there now, and so you can order your own face mask with the Camp Vermilion and Camp Hiawatha logo on it. It's nice to have a little VLM swag while you're getting through this COVID thing. So,
and actually, it's a mandate now.
And it's a mandate in many states, including Minnesota, as of this week. So yeah, right. You were correct. Yeah.
So everybody needs one.
Everybody needs one. You might as well get one here. So
that's right. Yeah. So outstanding, and I really am impressed with the baskets every single year. Just the theme alone that they come up with is absolutely great. So hats off to you, Joel. Hats off to Gretchen and everybody else there that makes this an absolutely fantastic event. So thank you. Thank you for everybody that's watching. And remember, there's still plenty of time, although it's very limited, on those silent auction items and for you to make a donation and to get into the raffle.
Yeah, I'll just throw out there that 7 p.m. tonight is when those the raffle and the auction, everything closes at 7. So we're probably pushing that time right now. So take a look at that and make sure that you're in on that and you're checking your last bids. And of course, at any time, either before 7 or after 7, you can make that Fund a Need gift. You can click donate and you can make camp happen this year. Well, Dan, it is looking like we've had a pretty generous day, pretty generous week, and a generous year. And I am amazed every year at all of this. And then when the dust settles, I'm sure we're gonna we'll share that number with everybody for sure tomorrow. But I'm pretty sure we met what we were looking for. So you know what that means, Dan?
Yeah, I don't know if I can do this.
You know,
I just want
you
to know right now.
offered, and I think, you know, to keep tradition and to keep people connected and to keep you honest. I think we've got one now. I want to virtually do this. I wish I had one in my hand, and I wish you were standing in the field next to me. But here we go. What I've got is a virtual pie, and I'm going to put it right in your face. Are you ready?
Yes.
All right. You ready? Here it comes. 1, 2, 3.
Oh!
Awesome.
Oh!
I love
you
technology.
said it was virtual.
Oh, what's that?
Oh. That actually tastes pretty good.
Yeah, that's good. You know, I ordered that, and it arrived perfectly, I guess. So there you go, Dan. Dan, thank you so much for everything you do to make camp happen and to bring us together during this bluegrass auction.
Thank you. Thank you. And everybody, thank you for everything that you've done. And all your generosity is absolutely fantastic. Now let's go to Song by Slowgrass.
This is an old Bluegrass standard, one called Down Home Waltz. 1, 2, 3, 1.